What's up, Lego builders? Welcome back to Coconut Brick Studios for another week of building the second battle of Geonosis in Lego. This week I am going to be tackling more of the same old. We've got more cannon stuff, more terrain stuff, but I've got some good developments in both areas. One thing I'm starting to notice that I'll probably address more in this week, I'm starting to feel the effects of building a planet or a style of MOC for the first time. What I mean by that is, for so long now I've been building MOCs of relatively similar styles and colors. Utapau, Ryloth, Seleucami, Naboo. I'm still able to put out, MOCs that I'm proud of, that I enjoy doing. But, I've built up such a store of parts that I don't really need to worry about ordering large amounts of parts because I already have so many on hand. Whereas with Geonosis, I ordered in, a decent amount of parts in the beginning, but I kind of overestimated how many parts I had on hand, especially with certain kinds of parts like wedge plates and regular plates. I keep consistently running out of those, which is unfortunate because both of those are very critical in building, the base of the MOC that everything's going to sit on. So I'm going to try and adjust to that and start to order in larger quantities and just keep that in mind as I'm building, making sure that I'm looking a few weeks ahead, making sure that, that I'm aware of how many parts I have and then what I can do in the coming weeks with those parts. All that being said, if you're excited for another great week of Geonosis, don't forget to smash that like button. And while you're there, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and tap that bell so you won't miss out on any future content. All that being said, let's get on with the build. All right, I am back at it with Geonosis. I wanted to show you guys what I've been working on. So I've been focusing on this little valley area, basically trying to get these corners to look more rounded and less square. I think I've been able to make it look better. Still looks kind of square, but I think I might just leave it like this. I want to see how it looks once this area is tiled off. That'll better help me see how this is going to transition into the rest of the MOC. I did also get some more of this second higher ridge tiled off. I'm all out of wedge plates, which is really unfortunate. I've been using so many wedge plates, so I'm gonna have to make another order in, particularly these 3x3 wedge plates. I've been using tons of those, and I need another one there, then over there, and then just more sprinkled throughout the MOC. So I don't know how much more terrain progress I'm going to get on this outside, but I should be able to tile off more of this middle area. I am putting in patches of this medium nougat just because I feel like that blends in nicely with Geonosis. And as I've been looking at this MOC, I kind of want to change the shape of it a little bit. I want to add more sections like this and this where plate kind of blends or meshes into this 2x frame that I have running around. So I'm thinking about cutting out this corner right here, maybe adding in a patch right there, maybe over there. I'm not too sure. I just feel like it looks better and helps this MOC look more dynamic. I also put this large rock structure over here on the side. I had built it temporarily to use for a thumbnail picture, then I actually decided I really liked it and wanted to keep it, so I finished off this backside. One big problem I'm running into is I did not buy enough plate. I have plenty of tiles. You can see here I still got this whole bin, but I'm running out of like 1x1, 1x2, which is crazy because I've been buying a bunch. But I think what happened is I kind of got a little complacent with buying parts because so many MOCs that I've done this year, I've already had a bunch of the parts for. And so I've kind of just been buying, medium amounts of pieces. Whereas Geonosis, this is the first large medium scale Geonosis MOC I've ever done. So I was kind of in the mindset of like buying a few here and there, 20 here, 20 there. Whereas, I need to not just replenish a current amount of parts, but start a collection of parts I didn't previously have. So I'm going to have to get back on a BrinkLink and probably make a fairly sized order of plate so I can fill in all these gaps. I think what I will do now is go through and put down the tile and then leave sections for where I want the plate. I don't need a lot. I don't need more plate than tile because I want the majority of this MOC to be tiled off. You can see my ratio so far has definitely been in favor of tile, and I want to try and keep it that way. But that being said, I'm still going to need a decent amount to cover this entire area over here. Also, let me know what you guys think about the patches of medium nougat. They're not 100% finished. I still need to, make them look a little bit less blocky. But do you like it when I do the bigger patches like this or the smaller patches like this? I think probably what I'm going to do next, once I get this area finished off, I'm going to pick up where I left off on that anti-vehicle cannon over there. I should have enough parts to get the other two legs renovated. I got a bunch of parts for that in. the more I've been working on these cannons, the more excited I get to, see the finished result. When I built these, a million years ago, back when I was a kid, I actually thought that that was the best version that I could possibly do. And I kind of gave myself a little bit of a mental block with these. I was just like, oh, I just don't know how I can improve them or make them better. I don't want to change them or make them look too much like someone else's and just copy their mock. So I kind of left them alone for a while. So I'm happy to finally come back with a mindset of being able to fix and adjust this, because I felt like they were in sore need of an upgrade, especially as I'm a mock builder. That's kind of the main thing on my channel. So to be able to do some more custom vehicles and get some more practice under my belt and have some more pieces to showcase is going to mean a lot to me. And so far, I'm really happy with how this is looking. I feel like it looks so much more accurate and a lot better. So we'll see what happens with the top. That's going to be another challenge. Just because these legs turned out good doesn't mean that body's going to look good as well. But I have a good feeling about it moving forward. Here's the finished result of that time lapse. I got all 4 legs finished. Much happier with how they look now. At first, they looked a little bit clunky, but I think that's because on one side you had one kind of leg, and then on the other side you had a different kind of leg. But now that they all match, they're all the exact same color, exact same size, I think this looks much better and much more accurate to the actual cannon. Now that I've got the legs done, I'm going to leave the torso area alone. I'm pretty happy with how that looks. So I'm going to jump up here next, probably next week, and I'm going to fix both of these armor plates that sit on the side. And I'm probably going to have to clean up the interior a little bit. You can see this is kind of messy. Back when I built this originally, I wasn't the most technically proficient builder, and I didn't have, access to as many parts as I do. So I'm going to clean it up and just make it a little bit more structurally sound. I did also get a bunch of parts in for the upper cannon area, so I should be starting that soon as well. I was gonna work more on the terrain for this week, but I realized I am all out of wedge plates and pretty much all out of plate to fill in these gaps. And I need both of those to be able to finish this whole area, which is unfortunate because I was hoping I wouldn't have to buy any more bricklink orders for a while, but I realized I literally can't make more updates without more wedge plates. So I just barely made an order for those. I got, I think, 20 coming of different kinds. These ones are turning out to be the most useful just because these ones are so long and I think such a shallow angle that this nice steep short angle really helps with a lot of these edges and with a lot of these corner pieces right here. You can see I've got one that's going to go down here, right there, and over here. So I'll be putting those in. And hopefully, I should be able to finish plating off this area pretty quickly. I've got plenty of bricks and stuff to put it down. So now that the mock is getting more complete, I need to decide where I'm going to start putting these structures. I wanted to include part of a mountain wall or a large kind of boulder or something, as well as those pillar looking things, the cones, I don't know what you call them. They look kind of like termite mounds, the large things that you see on Geonosis. I was thinking about putting them right here originally, but I'm going to have one cannon right here, command post right here, and then the other cannon right here. So I might end up putting them right here just because I don't know how much space I'm going to have in the back here. And I don't want them to be squished up against the back of this cannon. And that also doesn't leave me a ton of space for the rock wall, so I might end up scooting this cannon this way a little bit more. All that being said, it was a pretty good week, even though I didn't get as much progress done as I would. Things are still moving along at a steady rate, which is good. All that being said, it's time to hit the outro. Hope you guys enjoyed this week of building Geonosis. I would have liked to have gotten more progress done, to be honest, a little bit. Part of it was motivation and wanting to work on that cannon. Part of it was, running out of those parts. I'm a little torn with this series because obviously I want to put out good, interesting updates each week, giving you guys good progress. But I also don't want to mow through this mock too quickly. I think I said in last update I want this mock and Geonosis to end roughly about the same time because I'm obviously not going to start a brand new mock project right before I finish Geonosis. And this update kind of takes the place of my weeknight video. And so it'll be nice to not have to worry about what videos I'm going to be putting out during the week, especially when I'm finishing up Cato Nemoidia. So I'm trying not to go too fast. I might end up adding a little bit to the mock as well, as far as like the base plate or what I'm going to be doing on the upper terrain, just to give myself a few more weeks worth of stuff to do. All that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you guys in the next video, but until then, happy building.